it's me again. And I'm going to continue reading my book, The 1900s. Yay! With the whole nation absorbed in the drama of bear raids and cornered shorts, it was quite natural for the co-proprietor of a small bicycle business to use Wall Street terminology in writing a cheerful postcard to his shop mechanic. Flying machine market has been very unsteady the past 2 days. Scribbled Orville Wright at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina on October 20th, 1903. The card addressed to Charlie Taylor back home in Dayton, Ohio continued. Opened yesterday morning at about 208, 100% means even chances of success. But by noon had dropped to 110. These fluctuations would have produced a panic, I think, in Wall Street. But in this quiet place, it only put us to thinking and figuring a little. Orville and his brother Wilbur had been thinking and figuring about flying machines for a long time now. In 1899, they had built a big box kite incorporating some of their theories. Its most novel feature was a method of warping the wings. I don't know why I said I want. Blah. I can't speak right now. I don't know why I wanted to say rings. I guess I'm thinking of marriage. I don't know. To get lateral balance. It flew beautifully. In 1900, they took the next step. A man-carrying glider. To test it, they picked Kitty Hawk, which offered a steady wind, wide open beaches, and plenty of privacy. But some people say privacy. I don't know why some people say privacy when they mean privacy. Here they tinkered with the machine for 5 weeks, but it wasn't until the last day that they dared to go up in it. It too flew beautifully. In 1901, they were back in Kitty Hawk with a bigger glider. Now their flights were bolder and longer. 280, 300, 335 feet. Clearly, they were getting quite good. That much was obvious to anyone who took the trouble to watch. But few did. The taciturn people of Kitty Hawk had their own problems to worry about. They knew, of course, that the Wrights were experimenting at Kill Devil Hills, 4 miles down the beach, but it was a mighty long walk. And when you got there, often there was no flying to see. The Wrights fully reciprocated the natives' indifference. Even in this isolated community, they lived a world apart. They visited little, kept mostly to themselves, talking and watching the birds or puttering with their glider. 15-year-old Truxton Midget, who delivered a lot of their supplies, was especially impressed by the close way they worked together. He had a brother of his own, and he knew how hard this could be. Without realizing, Midget had put his finger on the most remarkable quality about the Wrights. They were not only inseparable as brothers, but their very minds seemed to complement each other. They would bat a problem back and forth for hours, until almost inevitably a solution appeared. The joint product of two brains working in perfect harmony. And so they passed the summer of 1901, returning again to Dayton late in August. At the drawing board. Just about the time they arrived home, the September 1901 issue of McClure's appeared with an article exploding the myth of the flying machine. Professor Simon Newcomb, the distinguished astronomer, compared it to squaring the circle. It was one of those things we would never be able to do. And in the December 1901 North American Review, Admiral George W. Melville pointed out that no one had even laid the necessary groundwork. Where even to this hour are we to look for the germ of the successful flying machine? Where is the preparation today? At this moment in Dayton, the Wrights were testing over 200 different wing surfaces. By using a specially built Windows, they learned that wings frontage shouldn't be too sharp. That deeply cambered wings were inefficient. That narrow wings had relatively more lifting power. Most important, they discovered that all previous air pressure tables were hopelessly inaccurate. Page after page, they jotted new figures, spelling out exactly what pressure would support different surfaces at different speeds and angles. In 1902, they returned again to Kill Devil Hills with a new glider based on the wind tunnel data. It proved the best yet. Could soar even better than the Hawks. For still greater stability, they added a tail, then a movable rudder. With these improvements, they broke all gliding records. 622.5 feet the week before they went back to Dayton in October. The next step was a motor. On December 3rd, 1902, they wrote to 10 manufacturers seeking a 180-pound gasoline engine that could develop 80 horsepower. No luck. So they built their own. Next, a propeller. It turned out that marine experience was no use at all. The approach was completely hit or miss. If one didn't work, shipbuilders simply tried another. But in the air, this could obviously have fatal results. So again, the Wrights built their own. Now for better uprights. Once more, tests showed past theories were invalid. Once more, the Wrights designed their own. Please rate, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you're on TikTok, please like and follow my videos. And now I have a Patreon, so if you want to know what the username for that is, comment down below and ask me. And don't forget to buy something from my eBay and or Patreon, okay? Bye!